On today's episode, I visit with Allison Greiner of the Washington Public Library here in Washington, Iowa, and we talk about their new podcast studio. And not only do we talk about it, we show you it. And before we get to that, we've got to let you know about our sponsors. Greiner Auto Body of Washington, Iowa, using state-of-the-art techniques and decades of experience to get your car back on the road after an accident. Car Doctor of Washington, Iowa. No matter who Frankensteined it, they can fix and clean and customize it. McDonald Boneyard of Keota, Iowa, for all of your farm equipment and auto recycling needs. Hinshaw Trailer Sales of Richland, Iowa. You need a trailer, they've got your trailer, and they fix what they sell and don't in their full-time repair shop. Girling Repair of Winfield, Iowa. If your mower is dead, call Fred, your Husqvarna, Ariens, and Gravely dealer. B&B Propane and the family of Jet Stops. And Blue Dog Lawn Care of Wayland, Iowa, for all of your residential and commercial lawn care needs. And when the snow starts to fly, they'll remove that for you too. And they all present Southeast Iowa Today. I'm John Bain, author of Christie's Journey, The Beat Goes On, and your host. Let's go check out that podcast studio. Allison, thank you so much for being on the program today.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here too. And here is a wonderful place. We are in the basement of the Washington Public Library, and this is the recording podcasting studio, part of the Make It
Place is what we call it. So all around the United States, there's what we call Make It Space. And basically, it's a space for people to be creative. And so we have called ours the Make It Place. And the I and the T are capitalized. So it has also to do with kind of the STEM, the technology end of things. So yeah,
it definitely makes me think of internet technology.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's amazing.
And we got some of that going on.
Yes, definitely. In all different parts of the Make It Place. So, but especially here in the recording studio. So,
well, how in the world does the Washington Public Library in Washington, Iowa get such a great amenity?
Yeah, that's a great question because, I actually worked at the first space that we had the library when I was in high school. And so it's been really amazing to come here and just even see how the library has evolved. In our minds, I think a lot of us think of just going in and checking out a book, and that's what we do.
Right.
But the library just has so many ways to reach out to people and to be creative in their own space with programs and just different topics that people can research and, dig deeper through the computers that we have up there. But this is just an extension of that, which I think my guess would be because of Carrie Ann Siegfried, because she's our director, and she has had a lot of experience in other libraries with this same kind of setting. It's just that usually small town libraries don't seem to have this awesome of a setup. So,
well, we have to do hats off and a round of applause for Carrie Ann.
It's been so awesome to kind of see, the vision, and then to see it come to life and really understand what it is. And I had a lot of people the day that we had our open house saying, how does this fit in with the library? And, why, it seems different, but it's just kind of the same philosophy, is that we're providing materials and a space for people to be able to come in and use their creativity. It's not completely free down here because, of course, we have materials and things like that, but it's a very inexpensive way for people to come and use these resources that they might not have an opportunity to use, or have not, they may not have the means to purchase them or have them available. And, I'm a former educator, and so for me, it's a really neat equalizer because, it offers this to the general public. And you don't have to be anybody special. You just need to come and get a library card to be able to use this space. So it's pretty cool for small town.
I'll tell you that library card is like the key to a whole new world. Not just reading, like you said, but all of this down here. Now, I want to show this studio a little bit. I'm going to stand up and kind of move around a little bit. But here we have where you could have a podcast. You could have 1, 2, 3, 4 microphones going at once. And the sound is awesome in here. And then behind me, you've got a green screen for video effects. And because I'm a big kid and a dork, basically, if I showed up in a Superman costume, we could make me flying over the city of
Definitely.
Washington. We
Yes,
could
we
have some
could.
drone video in the background. I could be
Yeah.
looking down. It was
Right. It's crazy. I mean, it's just amazing. And I'm just at the tip of the iceberg with some of this stuff, but it's just so cool to think about all the possibilities that it just seems endless to what you can do and create. You know, a lot of us kind of heard about the green screen, I think, when COVID happened and you were maybe on a Zoom call and you'd see someone and they'd be at the beach, you know, in the background. And you're like, wait, I know that you're at your house. So with this, it's the same, you know, idea. You can put something behind you and kind of, you know, give a different view for the person that's watching, you know, change up the story a little bit and just be a little bit more creative. So yeah, we're really fortunate to have that. And you know,
are.
it's all, you're able to do all of that with everything we have here at the library.
That is incredible. That is incredible. And, you know, podcasts have been around for quite a while now. And when they first started out, they were audio only. Obviously, this podcast is video. You're going to have video capabilities in here. And I mean, this is a lot nicer than a lot of radio station studios that I've been in. Not that I'm knocking any of those, but they do their job. But this is really, you've got some state-of-the-art equipment and well designed.
Right. We were, you know, we kind of sat down and had to put our heads together and think about what kind of things we wanted in this space. And we knew what other libraries had done. And so we kind of looked at their model, and it seems like what we've done has been pretty amazing. I know that this is called a Rodecaster Pro 2, and with this we're able to mix the sounds, and it's kind of in some ways like a soundboard. But if we wanted to take this into another space, we could do a podcast with just this piece alone, because it does have the ability to record. The way that we're using it for podcast right now is sort of as a sound mixer, and it will take the information to the computer, which is where we will edit any kind of podcast on. Audacity is what we've currently been using. We also have GarageBand, so we'll have the ability to use instruments and, you know, record music, make music. You can record your voice while you're singing along to music. We also have this, which is this similar. It has the ability to play different instruments and different sound effects and that kind of thing. So yeah, we're basically well equipped. We don't even know some of the ways we're equipped yet because we're still learning, but well equipped to, you know, definitely be able to come in here and create. One time I had my son down here, he's 18 and he loves this kind of stuff, and I said, just kind of look around and just play with it a little bit and see what you can do. And so I think, you know, if you are unsure, you know, you can always come and see what we have available and just kind of look and play.
Experiment.
So, yeah.
So really, if you hold a Washington Public Library card, you could come down here, and the next thing you know, you may be a podcast sensation.
Right? I know. The tricky part with the Make It place, I think, that we're finding now is that the next step is sort of getting people certified, because we want people to come in and use the time wisely, because we do limit the time that you're, you know, able to use the slot so that we can offer it to everyone. So it's nice when we have these open houses. People can come in, like today, tomorrow, we're having an open house for the recording podcast studio. So we're going to kind of show people, you know, just the basics that they would need to get started. And we don't show them exactly how to do it. We leave a lot of that up to them. But if you're able to come in and turn it on and know where to find Audacity and know how to make a recording and how to edit it, and then what you do with it once you've got it edited, then you have the tools that you need. You're certified to come and use this space on your own. And then, you know, you just sign out at the desk and we allow you to come down here and use the space on your own and use it how you like. So that's the tricky part with this. It's not so much of a big deal. Things like the Glowforge, which is a laser that burns into wood, you know, that's obviously a more extensive type of certification, or the sewing machines. You know, we really have to make sure that you're going to be able to take care of those machines and, you know, not do anything to harm them. This isn't really, you know, kind of one of those that you can't do too much to harm it. So as long as you have the basics, yeah, it's amazing what you could do.
It is, and really, once you have that opportunity and you have some training to learn how to use the tools, the opportunities are endless and the possibilities are endless. It's all limited by what your mind allows you
right,
to
right.
try.
You just use that imagination and, come together with something that you can put out into the world, if that's your thing. It seems like most of the things that we're creating are things that people would want to share, whether it be something that you're sewing and you're sharing that with someone, or maybe the Glowforge and you're creating a wood, something you've engraved with the burning on the wood. But I like this one especially because I kind of have the teaching and performer background. So for me, I've loved listening to podcasts, and I've always kind of had a dream of someday doing that. And I think this just gives me it's sort of like the fire, should I say like the match, to get that fire lit and just take it and see where I can go with it. And I'm super excited. I know Leanne also works at the library, and we're hoping to have a library podcast that we do. So.
Okay, so I'm going to throw some gasoline on the fire.
You bet. Uh-huh.
What's your podcast going to be called?
Well, we've thrown around some different types of titles. It's something to do with stories, so something about tell your story, and we're hoping that we can tell the story of the people of the area of Southeast Iowa. So whether it be Washington specifically, we'll probably start there. But, we're amazed at some of the stories that we are able to hear at the library, or, even my parents came in, and my mom and my uncle spoke about our family farm, which is 150 plus years old.
Wow.
And they talked about stories of being in 4-H and being in a one-room schoolhouse and what life was like back in those days. And if we don't take those stories and record them or get them down in some way,
right,
we will lose that history. So we're hoping that we can hear all different kinds of stories of people of Washington that we can keep and save for the future so that we don't lose that information. And so, that's kind of what we're thinking.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll be a subscriber, and
Okay.
I'll be giving you likes every episode.
Perfect. That sounds great. Just what we need.
All right, Allison, thank you so much.
You bet.
I'll tell you what, always innovative, the Washington Public Library right here in Washington, Iowa. Thank you, Allison, for your time today and introducing us to the new podcast studio. And I got to tell you, I also want to thank our sponsors. But before I do that, please give me, not me, but the podcast, a like. And don't forget to follow and subscribe. It's free. And also, I want to thank our sponsors today: Griner Auto Body, Car Doctor, McDonald Boneyard, Hinshaw Trailer Sales, Girling Repair, B&B Propane and the family of Jet Stops, and Blue Dog Lawn Care. I'm your host, John Bain. Stay friendly, Southeast Iowa.